special Seattle Refined.
Hey, not many people get to do this. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of Jeopardy. Come with me.
Refined cameras go wild backstage at America's favorite quiz show.
This is Seattle Refined.
Jeopardy legends tell all and give us advice that only winners know.
But what you should try very hard to avoid.
Get ready for the ultimate game show pass.
Seattle Refined starts now.
Hey everybody, welcome to a special Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. For the next half hour, we're going to take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest game shows of all time. We're talking about Jeopardy, and it's a side of the international phenomenon few get to see.
Here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
The quiz show premiered in the 1960s, but got a fresh reboot in 1984. Since then, Jeopardy has won a record number of Emmys and still brings in powerhouse ratings every night right here on Como. So what's the secret to its success? Refined headed to the Sony lot in Los Angeles to find out.
This is Jeopardy!
Every weeknight, millions of people tune into America's favorite quiz show.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody say hi, John.
Refined got an exclusive backstage pass to this mega successful show that still stands the test of time more than 5 decades after its premiere.
Your show in Seattle is just a huge hit, and it just continues to go and go and go.
It says a lot about the quality of our program and the quality of the people in Seattle and the intelligence of the people in Seattle. They appreciate us.
Look at all the Emmys they have won here. It's countless, and they continue to win them all. No one gets to come back here. It is absolutely sweet. In fact, you have to be a little bit quiet because they're getting ready to tape shows. They do 5 every day.
Vocabulary for 2000.
Contestants go through rehearsals before the cameras start rolling with iconic host Alex Trebek. That helps calm nerves, especially for one Seattle contestant.
I was really anxious about it all until we actually rehearsed and until I actually got behind the podium. And then it kind of melted away. It was very nice. And they do a really good job here of making sure everyone is comfortable.
What is eagle?
After the rehearsals, it's showtime.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Up on 5.
Believe it or not, there was once a Jeopardy without Alex Trebek.
And now, here's the star of Jeopardy, Art Fleming.
The original show, created by the legendary Merv Griffin, first aired back in 1964 and ran off and on until the late 1970s.
It's Alex Trebek.
Then in 1984, a new version launched with Alex and legendary announcer Johnny Gilbert. The rest, as they say, is history.
Welcome to America's favorite answer and question game.
You've been doing this for so long. I mean, it's still thrilling for you, isn't it?
Oh, it is, absolutely. I started with Alex 34 years ago. This is our 34th season. We're the only 2 left from the original crew, as a matter of fact, yeah. And it's fun. It's always new material, always new contestants, always new audiences, every day.
During a lunch break, I couldn't help myself. I had to sneak out on set.
Wow. This feels huge. Now, if you're at home watching on television, you don't get this feeling. This is a monster set, like the game board right here. This baby is 18 feet tall. The ceilings go to 22, almost 80 feet across. All right, as official, I'm actually going to sign in to play Jeopardy.
Buzzing in first is a lot harder than it looks.
Once you see the blue lights on the board, that means you can click in. And once you click in, hopefully with the right answer, you have 5 seconds to answer. And if you don't get it right, you lose some money. This thing's so fresh. It's fresh every show. How do you keep it going for so many years?
It's a great format, and one of the terrific things about the format is that with so many different categories, you can have one mix one day, and the next day it's completely different. And so if it's not to your liking now, come back tomorrow, and it probably will be.
Of course, we can't give you a VIP pass to Jeopardy without getting inside the mind of the legendary host, Alex Trebek. He agreed to sit down with me, and it turns out he's a lot more laid back than I thought.
Alex Trebek.
Since 1984, millions of families have welcomed Alex Trebek into their homes every weeknight as the host of Jeopardy. Even after all this time, he still has not lost his passion for the show or the audience.
All right, anybody with a question? I'll deal with two of the questions first. I shaved my mustache on a whim many years ago, and I have no plans to grow it back. And I have no ill feelings toward Sean Connery.
Do you like going out and talking to the people, especially the audience?
Oh, sure, I love it. I love it because I get a sense of what people around the country feel about our program, what interests them, what their likes and dislikes are regarding Jeopardy.
29,000 is what you get today, and it brings your total to...
Is it in the water? A lot of big champions have come out of Seattle.
Well, there are bright people everywhere in America, and in some areas, they watch the program and they are inspired. They see local citizens who have done well, and so more and more individuals are encouraged to try out because of that.
Answer, Daily Double.
What kind of strategy should somebody use?
Don't make mistakes.
That's easy.
Respond correctly. But what you should try very hard to avoid is if you make a mistake, respond incorrectly, find yourself in the red. Don't try to push yourself and destroy any chance you might have. Just understand that there's a lot of games still waiting there, and wait for your moment. Try to maximize it. If you try to play catch up, so often you put pressure on yourself, extra pressure, and you defeat all of the good things that might be coming your way.
Do people know you're a smart guy? I mean, you come across so smart, but I see you address the audience. I mean, you're sharp. You're well-read.
I like to think I am, and I like to think I know a fair amount about a lot of things, but I've always been very curious about knowledge, about life, about people and places, and it has worked to my advantage as the host of this program.
Alex is being humbled. He's one of the most decorated TV hosts of all time. He has loads of Emmys, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and a Guinness World Record for the most game shows hosted by one man.
Alex keeps it fun, doesn't he?
He does.
What a star he is. Talk about him a little bit and what he brings.
Well, Alex is the perfect host for Jeopardy. And he comes to Jeopardy. It's hard to think of Alex having done anything else, but I think he hosted maybe a dozen different game shows before Jeopardy.
Alex is from Canada, and his first big gig was a Canadian version of American Bandstand called Music Hop.
Here's your host of Music Hop, Alex Trebek.
After stints on other game shows, Alex finally landed the job of a lifetime.
I was talking to Harry Friedman, the executive producer of the show, before you guys started taping, and I said, I talked to a lot of the stagehands out here. I talked to some of the managers. All of them have worked here a ton of time. They all like each other, and I said, it's kind of like a big family. Do you get that feeling?
Oh, absolutely, and I've commented with audiences who come to our tapings, and I say, you get a job on Jeopardy, it's like a position you're going to have for life, or until you make that all-important decision that you want to retire and leave it. It's we all get along. Some of the camera people have been here for 30 years. So, yeah, it's family, very much so.
Refine's backstage pass to Jeopardy is just getting started.
Hi, Johnny.
Refine chats with iconic announcer Johnny Gilbert and the man who makes both Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune tick. Plus the Clue Crew member with a Northwest connection.
My parents are Huskies, I'm Husky, my grandpa is even a Husky, so a long line of Huskies in my family.
That's all coming up on Seattle Refined.
Welcome back to Refined in our special Jeopardy edition, where we take you behind the scenes of the iconic quiz show. We can all agree that Jeopardy would not be the same without host Alex Trebek. But there are two other longtime game show legends who are a driving force behind the show.
Hi, Johnny.
If Alex Trebek is the face of Jeopardy, then executive producer Harry Friedman is the brain, and announcer Johnny Gilbert is the voice.
This is Jeopardy!
These showbiz veterans charmed their way into America's living rooms long before the iconic game show.
Welcome to my office, Gary.
I love your office, and you are the king with the microphone.
What a strategy goes.
Believe it or not, Johnny is in his early 90s and still going strong.
And you got into broadcasting when?
Well, actually, it started back in 1959. I was really a singer. I started out as a professional singer. And then a fellow heard me singing on stage one night, and he says, yeah, I think you'd be good in television. You want to go up to New York and do some auditions?
Wow.
And so that's how I got into it, and I went ever since. You know, started doing The Price is Right with Bill Cullen and Burt Parks and Words and Music, and then just worked my way up. Did my own show once called Music Bingo.
Everybody plays music bingo.
So it's been my whole life. You know, I've been yelling at these people for a long time.
And you have a whole bunch of jackets to prove it.
Oh yeah, I've got about 12 of these.
Yeah, let me see the back of this.
This is different colors. And
this is Jeopardy. Yeah, you gotta love it. So how many colors did you say? 12?
about 12 of them, yeah. A friend of mine makes them for me. So I have them in satin and suede and all kinds of things.
You love your job, don't you?
Oh, I really do. I look forward to it. I look forward to getting here, look forward to meeting the people from all over the world. But it's not like talking to strangers. I feel like I know all these people when I get in and talk to them.
Well, they certainly know you.
Yeah, that's true. Thank God for that.
How about your relationship with announcer Johnny Gilbert?
I have no relationship with Johnny Gilbert. I never liked the guy. I don't know how he has managed to stay with us. He and I are the only two who have been with Jeopardy since the very beginning.
That's what he told me. It was great.
I take a great deal of pride in that. We are friends, and we have great respect for each other.
Harry, Gart Swanson, we met about a year ago.
But you can't talk about Jeopardy without bringing up Harry Friedman. For years, he worked alongside game show king Merv Griffin before taking over both Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. And just days ago, his peers honored him with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Daytime Emmys.
Let's just, first of all, talk about your Lifetime Achievement Award. I mean, how cool is that?
That is cool. It's very cool. You know, I don't know what the line of demarcation is, you know, when you finally say, okay, now you've done enough to qualify. It's very subjective, but it's terrific. It's a great opportunity to look back a little bit and also to acknowledge and thank a lot of the people that have helped me get this far.
The nice thing here is that everybody appears to really like each other, and you have a lot of people who've been here for a lot of years. So it's not Alec up here, it's Alex up here on the set. It's just not you. It's like a whole family up here making Jeopardy successful.
Well, it is a family, and I think that's really rooted in understanding the importance of these shows, and that's not to say we're self-important, but certainly with Wheel and Jeopardy, the viewers rely on us to be consistent. They rely on us to be entertaining, to be kind of a respite from whatever chaos is going on in the world or in their own lives. And it's a safe haven, and it's fun.
So this show could go for a long time.
We sure hope so. I remember when Jeopardy went on the air originally in the 60s on NBC Daytime, and I thought, wow, this is tough. This is a tough show. So it was dormant for a while, and then came back a year after Wheel of Fortune went into syndication.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
You have Alex here, you got the contestants, you know, you got Harry Friedman, the executive producer, who's done a terrific job here.
He's the best.
Yeah, and then you have your voice.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Coming up, part 2 of our exclusive one-on-one with Alex Trebek.
Give me a sledgehammer and watch out.
Yeah,
that brick wall is coming down.
The iconic host shows Refined a different side. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gart Swanson. It's all about Jeopardy on today's episode. Our Refined team got full access to the cast and crew down in L.A. Now, earlier in the show, we talked with longtime host Alex Trebek about his passion for the quiz show. But you know what? I wanted to know more about the man behind the game show podium.
Alex Trebek has connected with audiences for more than 3 decades as the award-winning host of Jeopardy. But despite his fame, life outside of the show is simple. He fills his day with his true loves, family, and hockey.
You're a hockey fan?
Yeah.
What do you think of the NHL playoffs right now?
I love the playoffs. I love the fact that 5 Canadian teams made the playoffs this year, and last year, no Canadian team made the playoffs. I love the fact that Toronto has finally turned things around with some great young talent. I love the fact that my team, the Montreal Canadiens, are looking good in the playoffs.
Did you play hockey?
I did. It's exciting.
Is that more exciting, or watching someone win a bunch of money on your show?
On a regular, daily basis, it's fun just being part of the 3-person competition on Jeopardy and winding up at the end and seeing somebody win a lot of money and just say, hey, way to go.
Let's go baseball teams for 600. I tried out when I was up there. I was awful. I think I got 2 questions right. They're both sports questions. I'm an old sports guy.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's intimidating. I'm watching your show. I saw the first 3 today. I think I got 2 questions right. The people that you select are brilliant, don't you think?
They are. There are many thousands of people who try out each year, and only a few hundred wind up on the program.
I learned about you today. I was asking somebody in the audience, and they said, "Oh, okay, he's just a normal guy. He's a superstar, but just a normal guy." I hear you like to go to like Home Depot, work with sprinklers, work with your hands. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my daughter bought a house this year, and it was a fixer-upper, and I've been doing most of the fixer-upping. And
what does that mean? What have you been doing?
Plumbing, sprinklers, electrical, drywall, sanding.
Wait,
painting.
You do all that?
I do all that. Yeah.
And where'd you learn the skills?
I just learned it over time. I enjoy solving simple problems, and those kinds of problems are fairly simple. And I did a lot of the demo work, and that gets a lot of frustrations and a lot of anger out of you. Give me a sledgehammer and watch out.
Yeah,
that brick wall is coming down.
So you're taking out the brick wall. Do you ever like scratch your head and go, "I'm Alex Trebek. I'm demoing this wall, but I also have the hottest TV show right now when it comes to game shows." Do you ever think that?
Never occurs to me.
Talk about 2 spectrums.
I'm just like everybody else out there. I do normal things, and I enjoy doing them, and I enjoy people, and I can't think of any negative in my life right now, and I hope it continues.
You feel like a lucky guy.
Absolutely.
Alex Trebek, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Greg.
Right here on Seattle Refined. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Coming up, representing Seattle, the local gal making a name for herself on Jeopardy. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. We're wrapping up our special Jeopardy edition here on Refined, and we have saved the best for last. The show would not be the same without the dedicated crew, including one member who has a serious Seattle connection.
Alex Trebek may be the host of Jeopardy, but the real star, the clues.
TV roles 200.
Ugly Betty.
And if you're a Jeopardy fanatic, you know Kelly Hara. She's one of the 3 members of the exclusive Clue Crew.
Inflatable rescue boats, it's our job. I'm Kelly in Japan.
Refine's a little biased, but we love Kelly because...
So you're a husky.
I am a husky. Yeah, my parents are huskies. I'm a husky. My grandpa is even a husky. So a long line of huskies in my family. And I actually went back to visit the campus this last time I was in Seattle. Saw the cherry blossoms. Also, the construction and all of the new...
Non-stop.
I mean, it's been a little while since I was there, but a lot has changed. It's beautiful.
What do you like most about Seattle?
You know, honestly, okay, I'll start with this. When I moved to Seattle, I came as a California girl, okay? I wasn't used to the rain at all. So when I got there, I thought, I don't know if I can take this. Came back to California, did a little visit at UCLA just to see. I realized I was so happy in Washington, and it was because of the people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the rain, doesn't matter the weather, anything. The people in Seattle are genuine. No matter if it's 55 degrees, they'll put shorts on and get out.
Absolutely. Tank tops and flip-flops, right?
Exactly. That's the best. I love it.
You're doing a lot here. You're on this show, you're on Sports Jeopardy. What's that been like for you?
You know, it's been so exciting. I mean, being part of Jeopardy, I grew up watching Jeopardy. My mom's favorite show was Jeopardy. It was the only show we were allowed to watch during dinner time because my mom's a school teacher, but it was educational, so we could watch it. And then becoming a part of the show. I mean, something I watched every day, and now I work for the show. Alex Trebek is my colleague. I mean, it's just a strange feeling, you know, and I think, as you can imagine, my parents are over the moon to be able to see their daughter on their favorite show as well.
You are well-rounded and busy. Hey, thank you very much. High five for the dogs, right? And for Jeopardy.
Right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kelly.
As a result of erosion, Niagara's...
What about Kelly, one of your teammates here?
Yes.
She does a terrific job, and she's from Seattle.
Yes, she is. She's been with the Clue Crew now, I think, 10 or 11 seasons, so she's one of the new kids. Oh, she's terrific. She is. She's a bundle of energy and really a great representative of the show.
Thanks to the cast and crew of Jeopardy for giving us full access behind the scenes, and we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.